Hey, hello ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? My name is Exotic Giant, and I'm going to be talking about my favorite chapter that I like playing as in Space Marines 2. Now, a lot of other people have been doing about, what's the best weapons, what's the best way of killing stuff, how to get fast leveling, who gives a shit about that? I mean, you may want to get better and get a little bit better gear, but to me personally, I think it's more of the lore in the chapters that really brings people together. So I have 3 chapters that I'm going to talk about, but I'm just only going to talk about one in this video. And the first one I'm going to talk about are the Salamanders. I have met so many people in the campaigns and operations that have come wearing the Salamander colors. Some of them a little fugly that they decided to switch them up because they're like, oh, it looks cooler than this way. I'm like, yeah, you're a novice. It's okay. I forgive you. The Emperor will take care of you for me. But I want to talk about their main Primarch and the reason why I like them. The reason I like them is because the guy named Volgren is the biggest Primarch out of all the Primarchs. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, what the hell is a Primarch? A Primarch is pretty much one step down from... Actually, no, there's several steps down to be precise. But Volgren is a 12 to 14 foot giant. He is huge. Our Space Marines are only 8 feet. And the average human in this world that you think look like little people are actually 5 foot to 6 foot. So, yeah, you see that big hulking monstrosity walking towards you, and you think, oh Lord, he is going to kill me. And from the world that he priors from, that he was sent to, when they were scattering the Primarchs everywhere, because, Chaos Guides were like, you know what, too much power, shoot them everywhere. He has cobalt black skin and red eyes, like red glowing eyes, from the world that he hails from now. He's also a perpetual. Now, you may not know what a perpetual is, and I'm not going to go to explain what a perpetual is, or any explaining. I'm just going to give you the dumb version of everything. Basically, he's immortal. He can't die. You can kill him 100 times, but he's just going to come back. And that's probably one thing that you just don't want to try and, figure out why he's coming back. Just know that he's dead for right now. Let's get going before the big ogre gets up. Another thing is that his chapter has a creed that they stick by 110%. Now, you may not think that, there's a bunch of Chaos Band and we're like 5 minutes away from their main base and we're about to destroy it, but there's a little tiny girl over there that scraped her knee and needs help finding her lost puppy. They will halt in their tracks, stop, and I mean viciously about to murder these guys, walk over there, ask how she's doing, give her a bandage, pick her up and carry her to find her lost puppy and say, forget those guys. She needs help. Shit you not. And if you knew about the weaponry they choose to like to run around with, you'd be like, there's gotta be something a little bit devious with these fuckers, because that ain't normal. Their preferred weapons are melted guns and flamethrowers. These guys will burn heretics in the most purest of fires you could possibly ever find. Like, they don't give a fuck. They will light your ass on fire and watch you burn and scream and roll around as they're roasting marshmallows on your, burning corpse. But yeah, that is their preferred weaponry. And their Primarch, the Salamander, is a Forge Master. And I'm going to tell you how big of a Forge Master he is. I about said Forge Masturbator, but Forge Master is that this guy had made powerful weapons, relics that were so powerful that he had almost all of them destroyed but 9. And he has one relic that he doesn't remember making, and it's called the Talisman of the 7 Hammers. I had to look down at my little script there to make sure I read that right. That thing's so powerful that it can blow up Holy Terra. By the way, if you don't know what Holy Terra is, it's Earth, and that's why it's called Holy Terra. Now, one of the other coolest things is that the relics that he still has left, there's 9 of them. And we only know of a few that he's collected, and the others we don't know about. But at this point in time, he's AFK. He's not here. They don't know what happened to him. He blew up, and now he's gone. And they believe when they collect all 9 relics, because we've only got so many right now that I can't remember. I think it's 7 relics or 6 relics, maybe 5. I can't remember. I was watching the video like 10 minutes ago, and I was like, okay, I got it. Nope, it's gone. But when they collect all 9 relics, they believe that their Primarch will come back. So If you don't know, the Primarch was born on a death world. And a death world means that it's game over. The people there live in the harshest conditions and pretty much are screwed from get-go. But from that death world, it only took him 3 years to grow into a full man. All the Primarchs don't take very long to grow into full humans, which is kind of crazy. But after he had been grown, learning the Forge, found out that he was a Forge Master and is pretty much a god amongst men. His planet would get daily raids from Dark Eldars. Gotta get my wording right because I'm starting to step over my tongue. Dark Eldar. And Dark Eldar, go watch Lore Video on those. Those are some sick, twisted, domestic fucks. But he was like, I'm not gonna hide. So he grabs 2 big forging hammers. By the way, remember, this guy is 14 feet fucking tall. So the hammers they have to make for him are gonna be twice the size of me and you. He carried 2 in each hand, and he's like, I'm gonna stand here and wait for these fools to show up. And guess what? They showed up. He killed over 100 by himself with those 2 forge hammers. And they were like, you know what? We ain't raiding this world no more. Peace. And they got the hell out of there. Well, after he did that, he got met by the Emperor because he's force sense or whatever mumbo jumbo shit that the Emperor does. He sensed his son and he was like, I'm gonna go save my son. And he was like, holy shit, boy, you about as tall as me. And he challenged him because he wanted him to serve him and he wants his son to be by his side. Well, they decided to go get the world's basically dangerous creature on the world, and they're called the Salamanders, and they're like a dragon salamander. I mean, this thing is huge. This thing is twice the size of him, and he killed it. And the Emperor, who's in a disguise, he doesn't know it's his father, is carrying one twice the size of the one that he got. And the Emperor saved him and stuff, and you know, if you want to watch that, I'm not going to ruin this because this is like for idiots, pretty much. The dumbed down for all of us. But save him, and he's like, I'm going to serve you and stuff. And for a long time, he was not with his chapter. He stood by the Emperor's side for a long time, for several months, that he fought with the Emperor, and he just kept fighting with him. He didn't, stop fighting with him. He just kept fighting by his father's side. And finally, when he got retached with his chapter, or was basically known that this is your chapter, go help them, and he went and helped them, they were known as the Dragon Warriors. Okay, pretty edgy name. And that's when he renamed them to his home world of the Salamanders, because, that's what they're known for, is the Salamanders. And they all were like, yeah, sure, we'll take it. No trouble here. Nothing. We are A-okay with that. But this guy, Vulcan, Salamanders, favorite Primarch, coolest dude ever. His way of working and doing things is just awesome. And I've seen so many people, because nobody talks on the mic, don't know why, but I've seen people type in there, Salamanders Unite, blah, 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 Salamanders this, Salamanders that, for Vulcan, for the father that we never knew. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's awesome, and I'm so excited to see so many people. But I want to know by you guys, what chapter did you pick if you're a novice, but if you're a fan or a nerd in the lore of Warhammer, which chapter did you start with and maybe over the years change, or the one that you stuck with until the end? Leave a comment down below, let me know, and tell me why you picked that chapter. And for you novices, why did you pick the chapter? Did you actually go look up the lore, or was it the color scheme, or was it the crest on the shoulder pad that got you, or was it the name? You guys get a little bit more of a choice. To the other ones, the fans and the nerds, they don't get very much of a choice. They're pretty much either, I started with this guy at the beginning, or no, I started with this guy, or I was this guy in this chapter, and I was like, that chapter's a little stupid. I'm going to go over this chapter. Oh, this chapter's pretty cool, but this chapter's more badass. This chapter right here, dang, they do this shit with this shit. Something like that. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And for Warhammer, and for the Imperium. I don't know, I tried to do a very funny voice and tried to sound like very cool. I got a Salamander's voice, for the Salamanders, we move forward for our father, Vulcan. I don't know if that sounded any different. Probably sounded stupid. But thank you guys for watching.